Allegiance.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. Any unfinished business reports? Before we get into the meat of the meeting, Commissioner Pisarcik is unavailable today, so unless he's able to call in during the course of the meeting, which case we'll let him join right in, otherwise it'll be Commissioner Ginton. So let's proceed. We'll consider a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated July 22nd, 2025 as presented. And I will second the motion. Any discussions or questions? Hearing none, in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, we'll consider a motion to approve the invoices in the amount of $1,224,627.62 for the period July 18th through August 7th, 2025. And I will second the motion. Any questions or discussion? Any questions? Hearing none, could we have a roll call, please?
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Next is a motion to approve the actual payroll in the amount of $325,871.74 for the period July 13th through July 26th, 2020.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion or questions? None? We have a roll call.
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Next, the board will entertain a motion to increase the out-of-county housing rate at the Jefferson County Jail from $65 per day to $75 per day per inmate, as discussed at the jail board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Is there anything you'd like to add as chairman of the jail board?
The last few times when we had a jail board, we talked all about this. With a cost increase, we had to raise the
May I add to that?
Yes.
We went through a process of evaluating our firm fixed costs and our variable costs. In addition to that, we looked at the surrounding county jails to see how we compared. The bottom line is that the jail board and the board of commissioners want to make sure that we're protecting the county, Jefferson County, from unnecessary or unexpected cost. Now, I do want to explain that there's a detailed agreement. If another county enters into this agreement with Jefferson County to have us house their inmates, the originating county is still responsible for additional costs. For example, let's say there was a medical emergency, which could become very costly. The county of origin is responsible for those kinds of things. What we're doing is we're providing basic room and board for an inmate, and those extra costs are the responsibility of the county from which that inmate came. I don't want to put you on the spot. Chad, anything that you'd like to add to that?
No, I mean, I think this has been discussed for quite some time, and judge is in agreement with this moving forward, so this is just to say the stream moving as it is. We have to stay in front of it. We can't lose money in housing everything.
Thank you.
One more thing to add, I don't think we've raised this for over 10 years, so it's about time, the cost of food.
Any further discussion? Could we have a roll call, please?
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. Hughes?
Yes.
Motion carries. Our next motion that we'll consider is to adopt resolution number 2025-06, appointing Elise Grovance as the signatory for the RAS, which is the reimbursement agreement system, and ECMS, which is the engineering and construction management system, programs through PennDOT's outline system on behalf of Jefferson County.
Make that motion.
I'll second that motion. Did I skip something?
No, we missed
I did.
one.
All right, well, this is what I do. I was in a hurry. So the motion on the floor is, has to do, really authorizing Elise to be able to act on our behalf. Those letters and those abbreviations that I just grappled with, what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is it's an electronic system. So you've heard us talk about in the past, the bridge in McCalmont Township on Kramer Road. It's a county bridge, but it's a pass-through from the federal government through PennDOT to Jefferson County to reconstruct that bridge. Now, we're using entirely federal dollars to get that job done. And I'd like to once again comment and compliment Ben White, who was here at the time that arrangement was made. He was able to find federal money to get this job done. But Elise will, since she is now in Ben's capacity, needs the authority and the right to act on our behalf in that capacity. So the bridge is being designed, it's being prepared, invoices are coming through. Jefferson County has to have eyes on it because ultimately it's our structure. And this just empowers Elise to do her job on behalf of Jefferson County. Any further discussion? Could we have a roll call on that, please?
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
My alert colleague pointed out to me, and I skipped a motion. So let's go back and consider a motion to approve the increase for inmate booking fees at the jail from $25 to $30.
I'll make that motion.
Second the motion. Any discussion, comment?
Again, everything's going up in price. What the booking fee is when any inmate, even out of county one comes in, they give them a pair of Crocs, a toothpaste, toothbrush, necessities, and with everything going up, we had to raise them. So it's only $5. We discussed it once, Jeff, where
Any further discussion or questions? We have a roll call, please.
Mr. North?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Thanks, good morning. You're good. Okay, back on. I'm going to ask our veteran service team to come forward as we consider a motion to rebrand the name of the Veterans Affairs Office to the Jefferson County Veterans Service Office.
I don't know why we can't just come back here. It should be so much more comfortable.
Well, I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that motion. So now that it's on the floor, it's my honor to introduce our director, which is Sergeant Major Jonathan Weibel, our claims coordinator, the illustrious Mary Walker, and the chief of staff, Chauncey. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our team, and they're going to tell you a little bit about what they're doing and why.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. As Scott had mentioned, I'm Jonathan Weibel and Mary Walker. Assist me in my duties to serve the veterans of this community within Jefferson County. Since taking this position in October of 2023, we've come across a couple challenges that Mary and I had to tackle pretty much head on. One of those is, it seems to be a lot of confusion, the name VA, Veterans Affairs, all right? Although we serve within the Veterans Affairs, we are not affiliated, not associated officially with the Veterans Affairs. So we'll get veterans that come in here and say, well, you're the VA. No, we're not. We're not. What we are is we're Veteran Service Officers, all right? So we have proposed to brand the name Veteran Service Office, all right? That would help dispel any rumor. Because you get a lot of veterans that come in here and say, okay, you got the VA. Well, under the VA, you got two folds. You got the VAH, which is Veterans Administration of the Health, all right? And then you also have the VBA, which is Veterans Benefits Administration. We are not employees of the federal agency. We are employees of Jefferson County. So we proposed that change, not the VA, but to dispel any confusion that we're not federal, but we're a county within the state of Pennsylvania. As I said, that we're both VSOs. Mary and myself are both accredited, not only through the federal VA to be able to handle affairs and claims, but to also with the state of Pennsylvania, Department of Military Veterans Affairs, meaning we are certified in assisting veterans and surviving spouses and those eligible children that are deemed dependents with their claims through the Veterans Administration, known as the VBA. Our claims and service connection for injury and illnesses, we receive those, we process those, and we push them forward up to the VA. From there, we track them from pretty much cradle to grave. If the veteran gets what he feels that he's entitled to, we live life. If not, we go further steps, calling an appeal process. Claims and service for wartime veterans and surviving spouses for their pensions that they may rate. We also help process RETX, which is the property exemption for those that are deemed 100% permanent and total disabled. And we submit those to Fort Indian Town Gap. Fort Indian Town Gap is state employee level. They're the ones that process it, deny it, approve it, so forth. We also assist in the Veterans Temporary Assistance processing, helping fill out those applications, and we submit those to Fort Indian Town Gap, where again, approved, denied, and then processed. Another thing that we come out with is assist in filing and monetary offset to nursing homes. So if you have any veterans or surviving spouses in some limited qualifications, can rate some kind of offset from the VA to help with nursing home. And that could be from skilled nursing, just a basic 24-hour round the clock. And before I turn it over to Mary, we also assist in filing the Veterans Health Administration. So if you have a veteran that wants to come to us to see the Du Bois Clinic, which is a chapter of the Altoona, or go over to Clarion, which is a chapter of the Butler, we help process those applications to try to get them healthcare connections.
Okay. We also manage the DAV coordination appointments for veterans who need transport to medical appointments, whether local or Pittsburgh, Altoona area. We are always in need of volunteers. So if anyone is able-minded, able-bodied, get a hold of me. It's not a thankless job, but it's a job that really does require dedication, wanting to give back to a community of veterans. So we're always looking for people there. We also process the county death benefits. Previously, it had been kind of two separate entities. We combined it into one just to make it streamlined. Flags on the graves of the veterans, which we distribute about 13,000 prior to every Memorial Day, making sure each of those flags has a marker to denote their period of service, and then replacing them if they get damaged, stolen, and then rehabbing the older ones that can be fixed. We've taken them to, Jeff Tech, to their metalworking workshop and have been able to reuse some of those. We provide resources and connections to veterans. The scope of our office is not in so much able to offer direct help. We can, our assistance we're able to offer is 6 to 9 months down the road. But those in need of immediate help, we do have a pretty good,
Relationship.
Something like coming down, like a pipe.
Yeah.
Yes, a pipeline, yes. Pipeline of resources, both local to Jefferson County, state, and then federally. We assist with people applying for VA home loans as well as VA education grants, automobile and housing adaptive for service-related injuries, and then always encouraging our local vets to go to the vet center. It's an amazing organization. It was made for vets, by vets. It's always 100%. They help families, everything. It's a great thing to have in our area. And then we just provide general information on VA-related questions to the best of our abilities.
Further, the county office, I would say when we took the office back in October of 2023, there seemed to be some disconnections. There seemed to be a lot of issues. And I can be proud to say that Mary and I have got that back on track. All right, so we're back on track with the VA with the expected processing time. Normally, it's 6 to 9 months. If you've got a veteran that comes in, wants to claim any injuries from Vietnam, Korea, OIF, OEF, normally 6 to 9 months is the expected rate. Have we seen them sooner? Yes. Sometimes it just depends on how fast the VA can get the documentation through doing records research out of St. Louis, Missouri, getting doctor's notes, and et cetera. Veteran surviving spouses records file organized and archiving is still continuing. What I mean by archiving, when Mary and I got there, the files need to be reorganized. So we have done that. We have gone as far as back as the Civil War, where we actually found an official and real Civil War discharge. It was really neat. So we actually framed it, we actually contacted the family, had the family come back in and got that original discharge returned back home where it belonged. So we're going to continue to archive those files. What I mean by archiving is when a veteran and his spouse have both deceased, no other claims can be made against that veteran's file number. So we take those pertinent documents, i.e. it might be their discharge, it might be their DD-214, it could be an award letter from the VA, birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, and we archive and scan all that stuff so it's electronically stored away with a backup in case the family ever reaches out wanting to do genealogy. Hometown heroes, that goes through the Brookville American Legion. So if anybody's seeking one of the banners out there, all they have to simply do is contact the Brookville American Legion and they can take care of that for you. Every other month, we have a food share program, which is offered over at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. All they have to do is just reach out to us. We can give them the number. They call the number. They get put on the roll, and then they show up every other month. The next one is scheduled as 2 October of this year. DD-214s, I just want to remind veterans, it is absolutely critical, if they have not got a copy of their DD-214 to our office, we ask that they do. Why? If they cannot get, if we have a family come to us and say, a veteran deceased, we want to do burial benefits. If we do not have that DD-214, we will reach over to the county courthouse. If the county courthouse does not have it, where a veteran can drop it off as well, if they do not have it, now we have to go through St. Louis, Missouri. That can take months, could take weeks, and we just don't want to have that pressure put more on the family when we're trying to close out their death benefits. I was going to save this one last for the commissioners. I know that they're aware, but in October of 2023, when Mary and I picked up the helm, the output on a monthly VA budget of what the VA was paying for benefits, claims, pensions to veterans and their survivors on a monthly basis was $365,661.85. That was for service connection disability, veteran pension, surviving spouses, which is DIC, direct indemnity compensation, meaning a veteran died from a service connection illness or injury, and wartime service pension. $365,000 a month. Well, as of last month, we're now at $686,428. That's a difference of $320,000 that we brought with inside the community. And I think that just goes to show you the hard work that Mary and myself have been putting towards these veterans who rightfully deserve that compensation. And the last thing I would leave is we can't stress enough appointments. We strongly encourage veterans to at least call. If they stop in, we can make appointments. But we try to discourage walk-ins. Why? Because I might be with a veteran, Mary's on the phone doing research, answering questions. And in order for us to give our undivided attention and the best service possible, we always strongly encourage appointments for veterans and their families. That's all I have, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mary and Jonathan. You do a fantastic job. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I would like to say on behalf of not just the veterans of Jefferson County, but the entire population of Jefferson County who value our veterans. Thank you both so very much. The kind of impact you're having on quality of life, the impact you're having on people being able to get the care they need, take care of their basic needs, the impact that you're having financially, not just on those people, but all of that goes into the community and the economy. This good work is found everywhere in our county. And I'd like to say that when Jonathan and Mary came on board, we did not have our feet under us with regard to veteran support, to put it mildly. We reached out to Clearfield, Clarion,
Elk County,
Elk,
and
Indiana.
Butler, Indiana.
Yeah.
So several counties were good partners, and they need to be acknowledged too, to help us get our feet under us. Now, the Jefferson County Veterans Service Office, now we have people coming to these folks looking for help, guidance, suggestions, best practices. Now they are the standard. And it's remarkable to be able to sit here in less than 2 years and be able to say that. So thank you both so very much. And not to be undone, and as a small token of my appreciation, I would like to provide lunch for you.
Oh my God.
To Ms. Walker, beef enchilada.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And for you, Sergeant Major, beef roast with vegetables.
You take that.
All right, thank you.
Please join me in thanking me.
Familiar with what this is?
That expired in
In six-
2011.
But if you're not familiar with what
You'll
this
be
is,
all right.
this is a meal ready to eat. The only bad thing about this
Is
being a Marine,
everything.
they don't have crayons inside it for Marines. But they are very tasty, okay?
I will take this home and give it to my oldest son. I think it's.
I'm not
the
responsible for
coolest
what
thing.
happens.
I'll tell you, when I was in Iraq.
I think you are, we have photographic evidence.
Well, I opened up one in Iraq in 2003. I opened up my MRE, and my M&M said proud sponsor of the 1988 Olympics. It was still good. Thank you.
And you're, thanks.
Oh, Jeff, if I could add, or I'm sorry, Scott, if I could add one thing, it was also the Pittsburgh State Office.
Yes.
State
Yes.
employees down there have done an incredible job in helping us get.
And Lana she works for yeah.
Lana.
Thank you for
Evans, and
mentioning,
Chelsea.
because the meeting's being recorded, and I don't want to be remiss, so if anyone views this, we do want to acknowledge Lana, Brian, everyone else from the state team who had a hand in getting us up to speed, and now you're setting the standard. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. McConnell, you
Well, I was
did-
gonna wait till.
Okay, we'll come back to you. So we have a motion on the floor to rename the Veterans Affairs Office to the Jefferson County Veteran Service Office. Any further discussion?
You didn't get by.
You made it. So double. So we're good. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. North,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yeah. Motion carries. On public information, I would like to turn the floor over to Mrs. Cooper. Solid Waste Authority.
Come up here.
Yeah, please. We want all the viewers from around the world to be able to see it. We have an international call.
Oh, no, I forgot, you recorded it, so. I'm Donna Cooper, I'm with the Jefferson County Solid Waste Authority. And I'm here to announce just a few things that are happening with the authority. We are, and you all have a copy of this. This is our second collection for electronics, televisions, and household hazardous waste for this year. We try to do these twice a year to let people, give them the opportunity to clean out the garages. You've got old paint, you've got old stains, some people have old fuel, some people have that liquid stuff that they really don't know what it is. So this gives them an opportunity. We accept a lot of different items. Probably the biggest thing that we actually get is televisions, computers, and paint. But I do like to tell people that latex paint is not actually hazardous, has no hazardous materials in it. It is a difficult product to get rid of. If you're willing to take the time, all you gotta do is get it to a paste and then you can put it in with your regular trash. Your hauler will not want it in any kind of liquid form. So if you don't wanna take the time to do that, you can mix it with cat litter, you can mix it with sawdust, there's even some sort of drying agents that you can also get. But if you wanna save yourself a little bit of money, do that, put it in with your regular trash, because otherwise the paint does cost 78 cents per pound to dispose of it. We work with a third-party vendor. We don't have the capacity to handle any of this type of material, so we work with a third-party vendor on these one-day collections. What I can tell you is since we've been doing these types of collections, we have removed 179 tons of household hazardous waste. And that's over 15 different collections for as many years as I can remember. So we're keeping this stuff out of the landfill. We're keeping it from being illegally dumped. And now with all the cell phones and different kinds of products that have the lithium ion batteries, they're creating problems with fires for the haulers and even for the when they get to their final destination. So that's another thing that I think we're seeing an increase that we're getting. So be careful with those batteries. If those batteries touch end to end, it could easily start a fire. So we just ask that people be mindful of that and start bringing it to the collections. We partner with Goodwill. I always like to mention them. They provide us the site. They actually give us volunteers and they actually provide us with a forklift. So that's beyond any, that's a huge benefit to these collections because it actually helps keep down the costs. Otherwise, we'd have to pay extra to get those things loaded and that kind of stuff. So I always give them pizza, so they're usually pretty happy. Works out pretty good. So if you have any questions about the collection, our office phone number is here at the bottom. But if you do need to register, pay attention to the green box. You can register right there. If you're having problems registering, can't access the computer or whatever, again, call our office. We definitely can help you get registered. All right, and then another thing that's going on with our office, and I always try to give Owens, Illinois the credit, we have partnered with them. This is the latest newsletter for the first quarter of 2022. Go ahead. We partnered with them. Any glass that we collect from the drop-off recycling program now goes directly to Owens, Illinois and Broadway. They are actually using it to make new glass bottles and jars. And by doing that, anytime they increase the recycled cullet that is used to make these bottles and jars, they are actually reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and they're also saving energy. So that's another big plus to that company in partnering with us to make sure that the glass is actually getting recycled. So the newsletter's there. You can see the economic benefit or the environmental benefit on it too. So appreciate your time. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, our phone number is on the bottom of this. So
Before you relinquish the podium, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Cooper? I'd like to thank you for all the leadership and hard work you display that help us be good stewards of the environment.
well, we're here to help. So
And I frequently pass your truck in the morning,
okay.
coming up from
All
Huntsville,
right. Yep.
heading south to,
Yes, Indiana. Yeah, all of our materials go to the Indiana County Solid Waste Authority. They have a recycling center down there towards Homer City. So we're actually, two solid waste authorities trying to work together to, improve the recycling effort. So it actually works out pretty good. So it's a bit of a distance, but the only other location we could actually go would be up in St. Mary's. And every time I think about even trying to coordinate that, I always think, okay, winter time in western Pennsylvania, forget it. We're trying to keep the driver safe and head north sometimes, you never know, right?
Right.
So, all right, well, thank you. I'll be around at the meeting if you have any questions.
Thank you. Well, with that, I will close public information and open it up to public comments. And Mr. Greeley, do you want to speak from there or come to the podium? Your choice.
It doesn't make any difference to me, I can sit here. I just had a
Come on,
question.
get up there.
You had to encourage it.
Oh, you sure?
We made Dawn into it.
I just had a question for you. I've been getting a lot of complaints in my township on taxation of portable sheds. I looked up the last law that I can find is one of that you commissioned from Zurich Law, that used to be your solicitor in, I believe it was 2017. Has that changed in any has that changed in any way? Has that been updated or changed to the findings?
Well, I can't speak to this document, Gordon, I wasn't here at that time, so I'd have to review this in detail to give you a good answer.
Okay, because I can't find any updates or any changes. And this was the thoughts of your solicitor, that portable sheds that are not attached to the ground, that doesn't have electric or water to them, should not be taxed. I talked to your new tax assessor about it because he is taxing. Now, if something hasn't been changed, and this is the opinion of your solicitors and I'm assuming the commissioner, then why is he overriding and taxing?
Let me get an understanding of this document, talk to our solicitor and our chief assessor and get back to you with an answer.
Wish we could give you an answer now, but you just hit us with this.
Well, I understand that.
We have to see what they're saying.
I've got quite a few people
I understand your question.
that are upset about it because we had the same problem appeared back in 2017, 16. And so it went to your solicitors and they issued this report which says they shouldn't be taxed. Now your new assessor is taxing them. And people are upset. And I know that, they can get their appeal letter if they need to and come to a board and appeal it. My opinion is they shouldn't have to. If this is the law, the regulations that the county is going by, then your assessor is breaking the law.
Let's get an understanding of what you have here. Gordon, I can back you an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. McConnell.
I'd just like to bring to light, get some of the things.
Made me.
Gordon had to go to the podium.
Yes.
I know, I started it, sorry.
Gotta share with the class, Herb.
Get a picture.
I'm going to. I've done it before.
Not mine.
In case you're wondering why I called you together here today, it's because I want to speak to the vet center system. And the reason I want to speak to it is because it is a mental health facility. They do counsel. Also, I think, has the criteria changed or do you still have to be a combat veteran?
For,
The vet center, no.
no,
You don't have to be now.
as long as you are a veteran with a DD 214, you're welcome.
Even the family members of,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's the way it was before, but it was with that caveat on it that you had to be. They do good service, as they said. They've got individual counseling, they've got family. Anything that you might think that you might need help with. And I don't think it's still free, right?
Yes,
Okay, that's the difference between it and the CBOC, right? CBOC
Yes.
does charge.
well, CBOC, you would have to be enrolled in VHA. This, they don't care.
Yeah, I know.
And see, for the purposes of people who may view this later, Andrew, let's define our abbreviation or explain at least what we're talking about.
Community-based outpatient clinic is a separate entity from the vet center. It's medically pretty much, but you can get counseling there. But as I understand it, whenever a veteran gets counseling there, they can charge your own insurance.
And depending on where they fall in the priority group of the Veterans Health Administration.
Okay, well, anyway, I just want to bring that to light because it's very important. Mental health care for veterans is extremely important. As we know, there are a number of suicides that happen daily. So thanks. Thanks for the good job.
Before Mr. McConnell leaves, I did have a question. So to utilize that service, a DD 214 is sufficient?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the characterization discharge map?
No.
No.
Okay. Because some people may wonder that. Okay.
Even if we have to have an honorable, never mind.
Other than honorable, dishonorable?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McConnell. Mr. Clark, Director of Jefferson County 911 Services.
I won't argue with any of
Yes.
my adults.
Donna Cooper will recycle you if you don't.
She covered me in cat litter first.
They love to compost you.
Smile and give him one of these, Larry.
Let me have the camera. So, I just briefly want to put out, just because of the dry conditions that we have been experiencing for this part of the summer, kind of an explanation and a viewpoint and awareness. So there's been question of possibly instituting a burn ban, which a burn ban would be recommended and it would be recommended and approved by a majority of the fire chiefs within the county. If we get a 50% or more majority, then we would contact our district forester, get the blessing there, and then bring it to the county commissioners for basically creating a resolution for a temporary burn ban, which would be a 30-day burn ban. They can be restrictive, and very many times the burn bans, once they go into effect, a day or two later, then it rains. So with conditions right now, and monitoring incidents that we have or do not have, which we have not had a large amount of outside fire type incidents. Right now, it's not the feeling to start working on a burn ban. However, with the conditions, it is still very important that if anybody is doing outside burning, to do it during safe periods of the day, which will be more toward the evening, into the night whenever things are damper and cooler. Clear the surroundings of where you're burning, keep the fire small, don't burn illegal items, have them recycled. With that, something I've been working on over the past, I'll say, few weeks, has been a warning and watch metric for the county, which is kind of new news. I have not discussed it with anybody yet. Is that there have been times where the Department of Emergency Services, we will issue a statement, via Facebook, social media, what have you, of, please don't burn. The conditions are super favorable for easily out of control fires. So with that, I've been developing a kind of a tiered system, almost like a weather warning, weather alerting pattern, I guess, of an advisory condition. An advisory condition for burning would be not to burn through the day, use extreme caution, wait till it's safer to burn, watch the weather. If it's gonna rain, wait till it rains. With the time it does take to get a burn ban in effect, it could be 5 or 6 days from the time it begins to the time it's actually in effect. Once it's authorized by the fire chiefs or recommended by the fire chiefs, goes through the district forester and then the commissioners. After they pass it, it's a 72-hour wait before it can take effect, correct?
Unless it's an emergency.
Unless an emergency. So The next step above an advisory would be a warning or a fire warning that could precipitate the burn ban. And it's just more or less to get a structured word out to the public whenever we have these kind of conditions, to put the fear into people, I guess. And just to pay more attention, use extreme caution. So right now, if I was going to issue anything right now, a burn advisory would be recommended. And again, that's just a public statement to say be careful. That would also come out with direction on what it is recommended to people to fulfill with or not to do. We do continue to monitor the weather, and it's going to be dry. There's some days coming up where there may be some afternoon thunderstorms. That may help, it may not. Even with a thunderstorm in the afternoon, it dries up quick thereafter. So again, a lot of common sense can go a long way with outside burning. And on top of that, we also receive reports from the Weather Service and from the state on the observed wildfire conditions. So we look at that every day too. And if we see anything trending around us, or again with our own incidents, we'll take that action to potentially move and recommend to a burn ban. So again, for the public right now, use extreme caution if you're going to do outside burning, and keep an eye on what's coming, because if this continues, it won't be long before we may have to recommend a burn ban. Any questions?
All right, thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, did I miss anyone? That I'll close public comment, and we'll go over to Patty Vershaw.
Just two quick questions. Is there a phone number that veterans can call? I mean, for an appointment?
It's on our website and all of our business cards, and
Yeah, the phone number is 814.
849, well, my extension's 1529.
Yes. 814-849-1529, or they can dial the last four of 3618, and that'll get them to us.
Okay, and my other question, Mr. Greeley's Township.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eldred.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Justin.
Trying to decide how much and how hard I want to kick the hornet's nest. We'll start with, given it's been about a couple weeks, is there any further comment on the last salary?
Justin, I don't have anything else to offer, just speaking for myself. I think that the matters discussed there we've come to some finality as far as where we are and what we're doing. But I don't have anything else to add to that.
I don't have anything to add, I'm just hoping we all work together now and move on.
Follow-up question to that. During the salary, Treasurer Moon Van Steenberg made mention of an ethics complaint regarding the election. Any statements regarding that?
Yes, I can speak to it to a point anyway. The Board of Election was in receipt of complaints from two parties. One of the complaints had two facets, two components to it. The matter is still under review or in the process of notification of status. So until the review and investigation is complete and all the parties involved have been notified, I'm going to have to hold on further comment because I don't want to injure the process.
Right. And I think that's all I'll add at this time.
Okay. So. but
Oh, I did have one other
Yeah.
question, if not about that. I was typing up the county record yesterday and I noticed that in Punxsutawney, Yeti Holdings Incorporated received property from Mahoning Valley Milling. You know anything about that? And do you know if the business has been sold?
Yeti, like,
Cooler?
make containers?
Not sure.
Okay. I have no knowledge of that.
Yeah, that's all.
Nothing else?
No.
I'll close, the media questions. I did want to, I wanted to acknowledge something. I had the opportunity and privilege of referencing this at a meeting about a year ago. And I want to share with everyone that our highly qualified and capable chief clerk has located and is working on obtaining for Jefferson County a grant to help cover our ongoing elections costs. All the costs associated with the printing and the processing, and the equipment, and all the documents, even renting the polling places, and various other costs related to it. And Karen is working very hard to get us about $145,000, which is burden off the local taxpayers. So I know you wouldn't bring this up yourself, but Karen, people need to know, the kind of work that you're doing behind the scenes. So thank you for working hard to get the county that money so that the property taxpayers have that burden lifted off. Later.
Let me get a picture.
There you
Get my glasses off first, these are my group. Folks, is there anything else? Anyone like to bring up anything else? Okay. With that, you see some announcements about the next meeting, the next jail board meeting, both on August 26th, and I'll consider a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.
They only